Unfortunately for me, my wife was not living with me at that time. She was working in Cochin at the time. She said, what do I do? So in comes suddenly one beautiful car, stands an ambassador which had a UN number on it, stands. One tall man walks out of the car. He looks up and down. He said, I think I'm lost. You live here? I said, yes, I live in this house here. He said, who else lives in this house? I said, my wife is not here. He said, I'm lost. I said, come and have tea or coffee with me. He was a tall UN representative. I said, so where are you coming? He said, no, I was supposed to go out to IIT. I got lost. I thought IIT was somewhere here, some Kalakshetra colony. I came here. I saw this very interesting structure, so I came, stopped by him. He walked in, walked back. He didn't say anything. He simply looked at me, very nice. When does your wife visit you? What do you normally stay here? I said, sir, usually weekend she comes. Today is Thursday. I see. How does she come? She said, takes the Cochin Express and comes. Morning we meet at the station. We come here. She stays 2 days with me and then she goes back, either on Sunday night or early morning, Monday. That's all I said. I go to the station. She said, when I said this Friday night she must be coming usually. Oh, I'm sorry, morning. Saturday morning she should be coming. So I go to the station, waiting for her. The coach number. I knew she would come to the coach number. Suddenly I find a person, I didn't see him at all. She gets out, but before I could spot, she waved me, I waved to her. So before I could go, one person cuts across to me, this tall person. Madam, you are Mrs. Tyson. She said, but who are you? I have come to greet you and invite you. He looks at me, Jason, you're here. Pretending that I'm not here. He is a UN ambassador type category. I didn't know that he had 2 more PAs hanging around. Who must have told, this is the one. He said, I said, no, he had come home the other day, he walked around. He said, where you were? Okay, sir. He then said, Jason, how have you come? I said, I've come in my motorcycle to pick her up and take back the thing. Okay. You come to the hotel where I'm staying. At that time, you were still put up in a hotel on the way back. I'll take your wife and why do you want to pick her up? The 2 PS immediately took her bag and everything, took her to the car. I went behind him on a motorcycle, had a lovely breakfast with him. He said, now, you leave the motorcycle here. We will go to your house. I said, so what is this? No, it's an honor. Why should you, poor lady from Central Station to Adyar is quite a far distance. I will take. He goes, takes me there. We get up. We walk around the place. She looks at her and says, Madam, I love this place. I want to rent it. She's staying here. Alone, what will you look after this? Here, look at the people who are with me to look after this house. But you are 6 feet 3 inches tall. This is 6.5. I am happy about it because I won't get cobwebs, nothing on my roof. I like it. It's very comfortable for me at 6 feet 6. I'm quite happy. I'm not complaining. I'm the one who was asking. I don't know. But then she said, I also agree with you. I bet you won't look after that. Even today, she was saying, where are you going to look after her? What do you think? I said, what do we do? On the way back, from there we stopped at Andhra Mahila Sabha, which is across the bridge. He said, why don't you stay there? I said, that is Mahila Sabha. No, men are also allowed to stay in the hostel. You stay nearby if you want anything. Within a week or a day, he got me transferred to that. He took over the house, signed, I'll sign agreement with her and all. You don't have to worry. Things happen. He stayed there for quite a long time till he went back to Egypt. He was with the IIT, he was a very senior IIT professor, who then invited me to Egypt. He said, come there whenever you want. It was really fascinating. This is what stories happen. I don't know, how do you explain this?